Hey guys, Alex here, On Point Leather. So I spent the last week thinking about the shoe piece that I made and how god-awful it turned out, and that it's going to be unwearable the way that it stands. And I assumed that I had to have made some type of mistake. I don't know, because again, I don't know what I'm doing. This is not an instructional video really. This is me bumbling my way through my first pair of shoes, and you guys get to watch all the mistakes I make and maybe avoid them yourselves. So I have the second pair here, and what I did last time is I buttered them up, ran that strip down, sewed them together via the strip. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them like this and match the backs here. Sew down this edge, fold it out after it's been sewn together, and that will allow things like this heel cup to actually function properly, and then sew that back strip down once they have been sewn together and hopefully hide the seam. I think that seems more appropriate. I think that's probably the way that they're supposed to go, but I figured I'd try it. And then if it works correctly, this piece here, I'll either try to cut it off. I don't know if I can do that without destroying the shoe. It's a lot of threads. Thread seems to rip open. I double stitched everything. I'll either try to cut it off, or we might, since they're pretty bad on their own, if this turns out to be the right way to go, I might just finish out the shoe and then make a different pair of shoes once I make one shoe that is right. I don't know. We'll see if we can save it. I might start over from here and try to finish the pair. We'll figure it out. But let's get into it. So with this pair, I had folded these over and hidden that raw edge of canvas, but since I plan on sewing them together like this, that's taken 4 layers of canvas and made it essentially 8. I might pull these out, sew them together, since once you open them up, it'll not be a raw edge of canvas that's exposed. And then with this piece here, it is hiding the seam on the back. It sews right on here like this. So I think the thing to do is take that off and then not have all of this bulk, because unlike leather, with canvas you can't skive anything down. So this is very chunky. This piece right here feels terrible, I'm sure, up against your heel and tendon. So I'm going to do that. Just that alone has opened up a lot of bulk. Just getting rid of 2 layers of canvas out of there, and towards only 2 layers of canvas, this feels so much thinner. So it's definitely, I think, the way to go. Okay, so I sewed it. I couldn't get all the way up because the wheel didn't want to roll over this huge bunch of fabric. So it just wasn't going to go over that. So hopefully I don't need to. I can always hit it on my other machine, but if I don't need to, I won't worry about it. Hopefully I can just sew it up like that. Maybe. No, I think I'm gonna hit this on my other machine. Okay, so the Cobra 26 did that with no problems. So, this is what it looks like now. I think that that's probably a lot better. It's got a little bit of a cup for a heel there. It looks like a much more pleasing surface to have your foot rest up against. And then does this fit in here better? This fits in here much better. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the correct way to do it. So everything you watched me do in this video is wrong. Don't do that. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is try to clean up this edge. Just snip off some of this excess canvas here. And then I'm going to take this little, basically it's an anvil. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a little wooden block in the shape of a heel counter. And you are supposed to lay down your shoe material like this. And then take your little folding hammer, hammer down your seam flat. I don't know if the canvas will really give me much from this. This is more of a leather item. Leather would smooth out a lot better, but we'll give it a try. Okay, now that we have this seam here a little bit more dressed up, let's see if it does us any good at all to try and fold this over. Trying to split it right down the center. I've got 4 layers of canvas here coming out that I'm going to need to fold over. I can't cut them too close or else the stitch line that I ran will just come undone. Okay, so that definitely made a huge difference. Yeah, that's much better than it was. didn't fold these over perfectly. I think they were lined up pretty well, but this one's just the way that the canvas got folded over. They're not the same. And so there's a little top piece here that sticks out past the other. But if I cut it off, it'll be a forever raw edge. So that's just going to be part of the shoe now. But it looks like I can set this on there and sew that up. And this feels pretty good, just the way that it is, like this. I think that's a lot better. So I'm going to run some tape on this just to hold it in place. Just going to run a strip down the center. Okay, so I got that on there, and I am going to go sew this. Okay, so got this sewn on. My lines are getting straighter. They're not straight, but they're getting straighter, so I'm happy. And I am leaps and bounds happier the way that this is turning out. This has a natural shape of like a foot wood. It's got a heel curve to it, if I can get that in camera, compared to this one. It's just straight. This one's much better. And then you open it up, nice and clean looking inside, compared to this one. You open it up and it's abysmal. So this is obviously, everything about this one is wrong. So far, I think this one is right. I am going to now stitch in the heel reinforcement piece, and then hopefully we still like what we see after I do that. I don't know if this should go in first or last. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I have this large bump that I'm going to need to roll over with my stitching wheel, and I don't know that it'll do it, but I also don't know that it would have rolled over that seam. I'm not really sure. I know it's not going to like, my stitching wheel is not going to like to roll over this bump here on the seam. So that's going to give me some problems. But we will see how it looks after it's done. Okay, so I got that sewn in. Again, got blue thread in my bobbin just because that's what happened to be in there, so it shows through. But I got the heel reinforcement piece, I think it's called, sewn in. And I'm much happier with this shoe than I am with this shoe. This shoe will not continue in its current state. It will either, if I can get the thread ripper to pull all this out, then I'm going to do that. And if I can't, then I am going to throw this away and start over, or just, like I said, finish off this shoe and then make a pair of leather ones. So we'll see how it goes from here. I'll play with this one off camera, see if I can fix it. And then the next video we will continue on. I think the next piece that we're going to be doing is sewing the tongue in and getting that going. I think the arrows correspond. There's arrows drawn. I think they correspond with each other, like that. find out. That'll be next time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad I got that figured out. It had been bothering me all week. I had just assumed that from here on forward, the shoes I was working on were probably going to end up being garbage, which still could happen, but we'll figure it out. And again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you do that. And I will catch you soon. Bye.